Narcissists are big blamers. And blame is tricky because it can be very obvious, an obvious accusation of blame, but it can be very subtle also. It can be this ever-pervasive sense that not just everything you do is wrong, according to the narcissist, but that you are wrong, that your very being is wrong somehow. And so this, in the victims of narcissistic abuse, are always trying to prove themselves. They're always trying to defend themselves because they're constantly being blamed for everything. The narcissist, as you know, of course, accepts no blame for anything because they're perfect and in their minds, and nothing they do is wrong. And the mere suggestion that they have done something wrong or that they are at fault in any way can resort to all kinds of adverse, negative reactions towards you, including violence. But it will be turned and thrown back at you. So even when something is obviously, some wrongdoing is obviously the fault of the narcissist, they will go out of their way in the most extraordinary ways to deflect this blame away from themselves. And that we have to blame anybody anyway for anything is just kind of silly. I mean, why is anybody doing anything wrong? Typically, no one's doing anything wrong. Except if you're a victim of a narcissist, that's a lot being done wrong to you. So the worst thing you can do is accept responsibility for things that are not your responsibility. The narcissist knows that you're not responsible. They know this. But they can't accept any sense of anything that alters the perception of others that they're anything other than all-powerful and perfect. So, but they know that they're not all-powerful and perfect, but they want you to believe it because they need to alter reality. They need to make the reality what they want it to be, and including making you believe things that aren't real. When you accept responsibility that is not yours, this will result it will not solve the problem. The blaming, that you take responsibility for something that's not your fault, or that you did absolutely nothing wrong. If you accept responsibility for that imaginary wrongdoing, you will be regarded with even less respect and derision that you are already regarded by the narcissist, because they know it's not your fault. They know that there's nothing wrong with you, or that you didn't do anything wrong. But the thing that they're blaming you for doing is ridiculous, really. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter the thing that you did wrong in their mind. It's to take you down. It's to shape your reality, to make you believe things that aren't real, that aren't true, so that the narcissist can have control over you. They want to be able to control you and your very reality. That's why they steal people's reality from them, because they will, in the most overt or covert ways, attempt to make you believe things about yourself that aren't true, things about your reality that aren't real. And when you accept responsibility for things that are not your responsibility, then they know you're a sucker. Then they know they've got control over you, because you are taking responsibility for things that you're not responsible for. The worst is when the narcissist shapes the reality of other people's perceptions of you. So this is done it's a constant sort of steady stream of negativity about you presented to other people in order to manipulate how they perceive reality as well, how they perceive you. So even if someone knows you very well and knows that you're not this portrait that the narcissist is trying to paint you as, seems completely off and wrong, it still gets in their head. This negativity about you is now in their consciousness. So they're stealing reality away from you. They're stealing who you are away from you by manipulating the perception of you to others. And it's very sneaky and but it's a constant. This is a constant. It's something that they are constantly perpetrating against you. So there's no way to really fight this, so don't. You cannot combat this with arguing. You can't combat this with defending yourself. In an odd way, it sort of makes you look desperate and guilty. And it's a very odd phenomenon. So defending yourself against the blame, defending yourself against responsibilities that are not yours, is manipulated to make you look even more crazy or less responsible or more to blame. So again, the only strategy for dealing with these types of people is to ignore them. They want your energy so very desperately. They need your energy. They need to control you, and they need to control everything about you. So giving them any kind of argument or any kind of attention achieves their goal about you. That achieves their goal for you, which is to take your energy away from you, because now your energy that should be focused on your reality and what you know to be true is taken away from you by theft. So the only strategy is to ignore. Any energy at all is a gain for them. Negative energy, they love it. Are you kidding? They love any kind of argument. They love your negative output of energy because it brings you down. You're more easily controlled when you're down. This true strength that you can have and possess, and you already possess this, is just to ignore them. Now you have to communicate, of course, but do this in a way that is so minimal, that with the least exertion of your energy, and you must develop an inner core of strength for yourself to do this, because it's going to be difficult. It's difficult. It seems like it should be so easy to just ignore these people, but really they're constantly attacking you. Even when you're not around them, they're attacking you. Their every waking moment is spent trying to control everyone around them and reality itself. And to do this, they require more energy than they have. So they get it from stealing your energy. So don't give them any. Don't give them any energy. You don't have to argue and defend yourself. If you're being accused of having done something wrong that you know is ridiculous that you didn't do, just ignore it. This can result in that the narcissist will try various tactics to get your attention. So this could be dangerous. You have to be careful. You have to know your narcissist, basically. Know if they're going to resort to rage or violence against you if you ignore them, because you have to protect yourself. But don't let them steal what's true. Don't let them steal the truth. Don't let them warp reality and steal it from you. So you're going to have to build up. You're going to have to become tough. And this is an inside job. Nobody can make you strong but you. So you're going to have to really reflect on this And a lot of times it's best to not speak about it to anybody, because there's not much anybody can do for you. It's something that you have to develop your own self. This ability to ignore the narcissist, the ability to not accept blame that's not yours easily, because you will be attacked viciously for not allowing the narcissist to manipulate your reality. Any resistance against the narcissist really is more fuel. So don't struggle. Don't fight. Just ignore. This is harder than it sounds, which is sort of the sort of conundrum of this whole thing. You have to be so strong enough to stand on your own internally, to ignore the constant attack, because nobody can help you. You can't go talk to people and have them back you up and all. No, this is just more fuel for the narcissist. This is exactly what they want. They want you to defend yourself. They want you to reject the blame, because then when you're on the defense, you're in a position of weakness according to their thinking. Their thinking is so opposite that of a normal person's. The way they think about everything is so vastly different from how a normal person with emotion thinks and approaches life. But just remember that everything that they do, every waking moment, is spent assessing how much control they have over their reality and the reality of those around them. Every waking moment they spend in thought about control. They don't feel anything. They really have no emotion. They only know things. So they want to know how much control they have over you. And they will do things to you to provoke you, to see how much control they have over you. And one of the biggest ways is to get you to argue about something, to defend yourself against something that's obviously not your fault, obviously something that's a direct personal attack against your being, against who you are as a person. Don't fall for it. Don't take the bait.